least.
Have you had like the chocolate brownie, like the cake?
What ones did they give you?
They
What?
Is it the strawberry shortcake version?
Oh, yeah, you want it? Well, no,
No,
actually,
it's
no,
not strawberry
no.
shortcake.
No.
The strawberry
Alright,
shortcake
you guys
is
ready?
like a piece of cake.
Let's go.
Well, I need to come by.
You ready? All right, we'll call the Drainage Board meeting to order at 2:45. First up on the agenda, approval of last meeting's minutes.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
I have a motion, do we have a second?
I'll second it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Surveyor's report.
Pretty simple this week. Of course, sometimes Jesse's putting all those into GIS, takes quite a bit of time, so it'll be a lengthy process. She's also putting those on thumb drives for all the surveyors when they come in to see what they need. Garrett Creek, we had several complaints on that one, it's in the river bottoms. It is not in a watershed, it's roughly 15, I think it's 15,000 some change linear feet of ditch line. Starts somewhere around Nationville, goes over by the Legion, down to the bottoms. It goes underneath the first bridge, on 161 south of Fireworks Stand. And then it comes out over, around Stryker's Landing is where it goes into the river at. So, we're gonna look at making that a watershed, being, it's pretty good length of ditch, and there's no money to have maintenance on it really. So we're gonna look at, we're working with Midwest on that. I've got a meeting with, Clint Rose sometime next week, I think, tentatively anyway. So that's about the only ditch thing we've got. We're working with, a lady from IDSA on this 2-stage ditch we want to do from 200 west to 400 north, which would be that ditch. I'd say that'll take us a couple months to get that going. Like I think we talked about this last month, we're gonna try to hopefully get NRCS to cover some of that cost as well. 2600 fund is our general maintenance fund. It helps, for maintenance on any drain that's not in the watershed. So if it's a legal drain, regulated drain or legal drain, it's not in the watershed really. So anyway, Josh looked at this, Max looked at this, I looked at this, and I think we need to go back to the drawing board and put a tax rate on those ditches, because unless it's in a watershed, it's not getting taxed. So this 2600 fund, we were questioning where the money comes from, where it's going, all that stuff, we finally got it figured out. So I guess we'll just need a meeting as a drainage board to come up with a tax rate on that at some point. So I don't know if that needs to be a special meeting, if we need to, I don't think we can knock that out in 15 minutes.
And so previously, the 2600 fund, was it just an appropriation? Like it just said, we're gonna contribute, this X amount's gonna be contributed, not necessarily rate based, or?
No, there was a tax rate on it. I think when Red was in office, there was a rate. Is that right?
Yeah, it looks like when the watersheds were created, they placed the new ditch assessments on the watershed, and for some reason, 2600 just fell off.
And that is for our maintenance outside of,
Outside of the
Right,
watershed,
so-
so like painting
Lateral.
creek that the county just covered, the county would have to come in and pay that if we had that ditch assessment on every regulated drain like we should.
I don't think it's a whole lot. I mean, I would say probably pennies on the dollar really, but it would still, it would help maintenance of it, because if everybody wants their ditch done, then the county's either gotta come with that money or else it's the landowners to pay for it themselves. But I don't know how well that would go over, so
what does the rate look like in the other counties?
I don't know. I mean, we're in into that, because I looked at the rate earlier this one, but I don't know where it was previously, so.
I wonder, just like thinking of Perry County, the high ground, you know, all of that would probably fall, well, I guess state force, or the force.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I think it would be, but like I said, this can go, and then the ditch assessment lots, you know, that'll be a part of it as well, so. I said, there's some homework we gotta do on that to get our.
So how
ducks
much
in.
time do you think you need to, because we kinda need to put something in
Yeah.
for a budget.
When was the last time that had a rate attached to it? You think it had-
2021. 21 is the last time anybody went in or out of this 2600 fund. So,
And you think what came in 21 was via the rate, not just an appropriation?
I think so. It's kinda hard to, it was kinda hard for anybody to figure it out, so, you know, Melissa worked on it, we worked on it.
We tried tracing down the old account numbers and
There's,
everything's just changed so many times, it's hard to make sure we're tracing the same account. Melissa worked on it,
yeah,
it's been like 2 months.
yeah, so,
So do you think like,
half hour.
I mean, on July 15th
Yeah.
meeting, is that okay, or is that too soon, or?
I think we come something. What will be the next one, August 5th?
That was
Right, August 5th would be your next drainage board meeting, but
No, I get what you're saying, to have it implemented in time for the next
Yeah.
tax bill.
Could that be an agenda item on just commissioners, that's what you're asking?
or just have a special drainage board meeting, I don't really mind, I'm asking like,
Yeah.
is that too soon for you to have any legwork in place?
I don't know, we can kind of go off of what Red did, but until we lay out here and talk some one side with us, I don't know. I don't know how long it take, half hour, maybe an hour. Maybe we set aside an hour if that works for you guys, and then we have plenty of time to go through it.
Sounds good to me.
How many regulated drains fall outside of watersheds? A lot?
I need to check, I told him that I'm gonna call, it's almost time for me to do the ditch assessment audits with Melissa anyway, so I can run reports of every parcel in a watershed, so my thought is I should be able to run a report of every parcel outside of the watershed that touches the regulated drain, so I'm gonna call Sean tomorrow, GIS, and see
Okay.
if there's a way to do that, and if you can show me, I'll run that report at the same time as the audit.
Cause
So basically, everything from 231 east is not really in the watershed, there's no watersheds there, there's really nothing all the way up, on the east side of 245, all the way to 64. Really nothing up there's in the watershed, everything, basically from Christie southwest is in the watershed of some sort, except where this Gary Creek is. Gary Creek's not regulated drain though, so, but I think it probably needs to be, because there's quite a few acres there.
Well, how do you guys feel? Do you wanna add a special drainage board meeting for the 15th? And if we don't have anything, we can say, we'll scratch it, but we could put it out there, and then that way we could,
Yeah,
If there's
we'll try
something
to
to
have it
discuss, we can-
together.
Yeah, that gives 2 weeks, so we should.
I mean, that's kind of warp speed though.
Yeah.
Alright, so,
Chief Peach Picker.
I'll make a motion that we have a special drainage board meeting for July 15th at 2 o'clock.
Second.
alright, so we've got a motion and a second, drainage board meeting, 2 p.m. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Approved.
On the Gary Creek, I spoke with, some of the landowners, and it's most all farmers that are along that drain, and kind of told them what our plan was to make a legal drain, put it in the watershed. Everybody seemed like they were in favor of it. Again, some of the landowners aren't from here, you know, they're from California or wherever else. But they all act like it wouldn't be a problem, so at least that would generate a little bit of money to take care of that. It's pretty well, I would say, 2.5 miles east of the highway is pretty rough right now. I don't know, it's hard to tell how big a project it would be just because it's so overgrown right now. Because the ditch really isn't that big, it's just so much water is held back by log jams, beaver dams. You know.
And then, so the process is it regulated drain, then watershed?
Yes.
And we have to make it a regulated drain first.
So that takes some steps, so that would be a this year, I mean, it'd be working this year, but it's not like it'd be done this year, by any means. So,
Is there any questions regarding the surveyor's report?
I have something. On the ditch assessment audits, we started doing those with Thomas for the commissioner. Yeah, we do them twice a year. We called around to the other counties, and what we were running into with Lau was any of the parcels that hit the border of the watershed hadn't carried over correctly. So like these have like 0.02 acres in a watershed. Surrounding counties don't charge for anything under a tenth of an acre. Because it's right on the border of a watershed, at that point, they're not benefiting from it. That's what we did in the past. Melissa and I just wanted to touch base and make sure that was still okay.
Okay, me.
What we've already done, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we're already doing it that way?
Yeah,
Okay.
we just want to make sure that's still okay with
So-
acting new and.
So we don't need a motion for that, Josh, if we're gonna proceed. Cornerstone ties. I know we talked about how big of a process that is. Is it worth it to keep going with GIS since it's individually one by one, or is it the flash drives?
GIS, the first time I reached out to them, they got back hold of me and told me they'd get me a quote, and then I reached out 2 more times and it's been crickets. So Tyler, when Sean came up and showed me how to do it, seeing how long it's taking, I kind of think is why they maybe didn't get back hold of me. I don't know if maybe we want to do both. My thought process with it is, if we add it to GIS, then it's easier to update yearly.
Okay.
Because we can sell the flash drives, they can have them now, and then we get 30 more cornerstones every year that we're gonna have to upload their flash drives or give them new flash drives. So I think that GIS makes more sense, it's just very time consuming.
Yeah, it's not one of those that we need to put a timeline on it because it's 25,000
Yeah.
documents.
Yeah, and I would say a third of the way, that would just make them stand in.
Any old business? Any new business? All right, so we'll have a special meeting July 15th, 2 p.m. Is there a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
You got a motion, is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Approved. Let me send my calendar invite out.